Hello and welcome to EdTech Tips and Tools number 33 with Crystal Hurt at ESU 10. Today we're going to talk about visual collaboration with Trello, which is a web-based program. I was first introduced to Trello by a colleague, Jason Everett, with our blended learning project. And we have tons of resources to keep track of, things to do, schools to make sure that we're touching base with. And so he created a Trello board for each of our program dues. So like logistics, our to-do list, our schools, things we need to do to get ready for this summer boot camp, upcoming events, resources. You can see that a Trello board can be as big as you want it to. But the cool thing about Trello is before I found Trello, I was actually using sticky notes to keep all of my to-do lists together. And I found now that with the Get It Together board, it's much easier to keep track of things that I know I need to make sure I get done, things I'm doing, and things that I've already accomplished, as well as keeping track of some notes about those people that I keep in touch with. But as I've been digging further into Trello, I realized that Trello would be an amazing tool, especially for student projects, collaboration, any sort of design thinking or project-based learning. And they are already doing so much to support that work in school. So if you go to Trello for Education, you will find that there are several ways that you might use Trello to keep track of projects that our students are doing at the end of the year. So one of them is a project-based learning template. And the best thing about this is if you want to take this and modify it, you can actually copy boards. Or you as a teacher could create a board template, copy that board, and then send it to specific students so that each team of students would have their own board to fill out based on their template. So you'll notice here with the project-based learning, you can take them through different phases of development. The same thing can be done for Genius Hour. So here's an example of how a fifth grade teacher is using Genius Hour to inspire students to ask their own essential questions and then create to-do lists or, if you will, kind of steps in order to achieve their end goals. And one of the things that I really love about Trello is that it supports those executive functioning skills that our students so often have troubles with in terms of prioritizing, setting out a plan of action, and making sure that they follow that plan of action. And I was thinking about too, when I was in the classroom, it was about this time of year that 10th graders were doing a campaigning for change, a wake-up project after reading Fahrenheit 451. And I thought at the time, oh, this is great. I've got it all set out in steps. But you'll notice you'll get to step 3 where it says individual campaign component. And I realized within here that students needed a way for them to check on each other and make sure that they are committed to those tasks that they said they would do. And I think if you had something along the lines of this, which you could assign to people here, add resources, if you will, and do some different sort of interaction, that they would have really been able to thrive in that individual component that led into the greater good. So all in all, Trello has several different uses. Again, it's kind of that visual collaboration that really supports those executive functioning skills within our students and leads to great teamwork and collaboration. So check out the resources and give it a try. Last thing I wanted to plug, I did show an example of Genius Hour and the launch cycle. I do want to remind you that we will be having author AJ Giuliani out to ESU 10 on June 24th. That's a Monday. So be sure to register at odi.esu10 to check out the launch cycle and see how you may be able to use Trello to support that type of project in your classroom. Thanks and have a great spring.